Hello, this is Manchester City customer support. This is Khaladun Al Maktoum, chairman of Manchester City. How can I help you, Habibzi? Oh, you want a refund of your season tickets? Oh, I understand. Oh, you used to be a Chelsea supporter. I understand. But listen, if you want to help us to stay on top in the league, maybe I could transfer you to a sports washing department and they will give you an account number to transfer your funds. How's that? Welcome back to Mufc Realist TV. For the first time on our channel, we have the top 4 panelists from different channels. We're talking about scintillating Colleen from the Football Terrace, Mo the neutral from the Football Terrace representing City, and Colleen representing Arsenal, and then of course John Sinclair from John Sinclair TV, Newcastle representatives, and myself and Jarvis, Coocker, and many more. It's gonna be a cracking show where we're gonna review who had the better season. So sit back, smash a like, take a sip on your coffee. We'll be back in 10 seconds with the panel. Are you ready to rumble?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Mick Ruby here, Mufc Realist TV, with a cracking, scintillating panel. Oh my God, I have 2 debutants here, So, how's everyone doing?
Great. Well, not so great that City are en route for the treble, but otherwise, great.
All right. Colleen, it's been a hot minute since we saw each other at Kojo's show. So, for guys who haven't known, this is scintillating Colleen. No, that's Jolene, man. So, how you been? So, how's how would you rate so far, Arsenal season? I mean, are you happy?
I mean, right now it's difficult to say. Of course, everyone's happy because if you looked at the beginning of the season, you wouldn't have pictured us to be where we are. But it's a little bit unfortunate because I'd bought my tickets for the parade. I was ready to go in M5. I'm ready, and I don't see Chelsea, Brentford, or Brighton doing us any favors, unfortunately. So,
Chelsea. Yeah, who would have thought Chelsea would finish? Where are they sitting now? Nowhere to be seen. 11th.
Yeah, they're in the bottom half of the table, I think, right?
Oh, yeah. They are, aren't they? Right? Jesus Christ, 400 million spent by Todd Bowley, right? But we are talking about Jarvis Cocky. He's got Bowley 77, right? So that's not the Todd Bowley. That's Jarvis Cocker. Jarvis, How are you? All the way from Norway, my sir.
I'm good. How are everybody else? And big up to the chat. Yeah, I'm ready for a good show now. I'm hyped.
Me too. I got something beautiful installed for you, all of you. We're just waiting for Mo. Mo is I think he's pulled a hamstring, I think like Jurgen Klopp did the other day, I think. Sorry, we gotta give the bands for the Liverpool fans. I was trying to get somebody on, but nobody wanted to come. And then I was looking for a City fan, but there's nowhere to be seen. So therefore, I approached Mo to say, "Can you be neutral? Can you represent the City?" And I think he's kind of a little bit of a like City a little bit, although he's an Inter supporter. Allegedly. John Sinclair, welcome, sir. Welcome for the first time premiere to Mufc Realist TV. We had a battle 2 weeks ago, right? On the Happy Hour on Pappy's channel. Remember?
We did.
How you doing, mate?
Big up to Mick, big up to Colleen, big up to Jarvis, working with us in your channel. It's been fantastic. What a fantastic season we're having so far. Like I said, backstage 8 months ago, 90 months ago, we were second bottom of the table. Eddie Howe comes in and he gets us up in third place at the moment. And what a fantastic season. I mean, look, I think we're going to get Champions League football this season. The Premier League doesn't want us there at all whatsoever. I'm not going to lie, because they don't want to upset the Big Six. But here we are. We just rattled them. You know what I mean? But fantastic.
I mean, you lot deserve it. Like, where have you been for the past 20 years, 30 years, right? In the gutter, and all of a sudden rise like a phoenix, rise from the ashes, right? Rise like a phoenix.
God.
Wow.
I'm gassed. I have too much coffee, Colleen.
It's been fantastic. It really has. I mean, you had 15-year Mike Ashley, right? I mean, happy to finish 17th every single season, right? Got 5th. Didn't want us in the Europa League, right? Told the FIFA, UEFA, we don't want to be in the Europa League. They say you got to compete. Simple as that. I don't know how true it was. But having said all that, I just think our owners took it over. They put them under their mouth is. They talk massive. We believed in them. Got on a proper manager in Eddie Howling. And what? Rest of the
What a howler.
For you guys. We took 4 points off you, man.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, big up for you yesterday. I mean, I was actually rooting for Brighton as a United supporter, right? I was rooting for Brighton. But what happened in that 30 seconds, I will never forget. At the very end, like, all the wheels came off that Ferrari, right?
Well and truly. I mean, I was worried about that game yesterday. I can't lie. And I thought we'd be lucky to get a point after the way they absolutely destroyed Arsenal. But here we are.
Big up, man. I mean, you guys had amazing, fantastic season. Nobody expected. I mean, one thing that we three here together, like, of course, I'm a big Man United supporter. Jarvis is a United supporter. Colleen, I know you're a big Gooner supporter as well. I had 2 other Gooner supporters on here. My brother from another mother, like Alex Young, like, he's massive supporter. He said to me, Mick, I'm so just happy that we actually got into the Champions League, right? That was my main objective, right? But the rest was just a bonus, like an ad hoc, like, you know what I mean? Of course, Colleen, you guys were, you were like leading the league for how many weeks in a row, and all of a sudden, boom. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I agree with that, saying I'm just happy with everything else being a bonus, to be honest with you. In any season, you have targets at the beginning, but this is football. Maybe unless you're like unless you're Man City and maybe Real Madrid, those targets go on track. But for the top 6 especially, they're never no one's ever good at the same time, and you have to change based on the season, the context that changes. And we found ourselves in a position, we were top of the league for over 250 days, and not that, listen, I'm not going to ask for Arteta's head after, because it's almost all certain that we're not going to win the league, but I think you can still be disappointed at the way that it's kind of gone out. Instead of going out with a bang, we've kind of gone out with a bit of a whimper. But happy to be back in Champions League, and happy to have set the marker for next season, where really we must be challenging for the top trophies again.
Yeah. Jarvis, you're on mute.
Yeah, mate.
Do you agree what Colleen is saying not from a neutral perspective, but from a long-time United supporter living in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer land?
Yeah, but I respect Arsenal for the job they have been doing this season. They have played really well, and I'm Norwegian, so I'm proud of Odegaard. He's been a good captain. He's been doing so many assists and helping the team, especially in the end of the season. It's a lot of goals. So the Arsenal team, they have played good. Arteta is really getting this gang of people steaming now. So. I just think this will be the beginning. They get a lot of experience from this. Maybe next season is their year or 2 years. So I wouldn't feel down if I was an Arsenal supporter.
Yeah. Speaking about Odegaard, for me, he's Colleen. He's been one of your best players this season, according to my opinion. He's been very instrumental.
Yeah, I think Ødegaard. I think there's like a core group of Arsenal players that you can look at, such as Ødegaard, Saka, Martinelli in particular. That kind of young forward core that the back end of last season, maybe excluding Saka, bit inconsistent. The same with Ødegaard. Ødegaard didn't get enough goals to be the kind of player that he is in the position that he plays for Arsenal. And they all, within that 6 to 8 week period, all took a level, 2 levels up. And what I really loved about Ødegaard is that because he just got the captaincy from this season onwards, and I didn't not think he wouldn't be a good captain, but especially in British culture, when you watch the Prem from a British lens, you kind of have that kind of Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira view of what a captain should be. But we're in a new generation, and I think not only the way he's stepped up, because several times he's digged us out of situations. You can even look at the Newcastle game. First 15 minutes, we were awful. We could not get to grips with the game. But who comes up with literally our first chance of the game? And you can even call it a half chance if you want to be generous. He's popped up outside the box and got us a goal to steady the ship. And that's not the first time he's done it. And I think he's the highest scoring non-penalty midfielder, or he's a goal away from that this season. So it's a massive testament to him. And I'm a Ødegaard supporter. I love Ødegaard, but I couldn't have expected at the beginning of this season, this is how he'd perform. So now the key for Ødegaard, not just him, but Ødegaard, Saka, Martinelli, that kind of group is, okay, let's be consistent with this 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons now in a row, and not let this just be like, a flash in the pans. That's the next step for them. But very impressed with Ødegaard. Love him. Captain, fantastic.
Yeah. No, I remember having a gal on my show as well, it was a few months ago as well. We were talking about it. And, I kind of agree what you're saying, the Colleen as well. But I was kind of, since I grew up with the Arsene Wenger, battle, like Sir Alex battle, and it was the Invincible. It was so fantastic. So I said, I'm so proud to see that the old rivalry is back again, and same with Newcastle coming up again, and those kind of things. So for me, from a United perspective, I always said that this season for us with Eric tenhag was never to challenge or be in top 4, but if we make top 4, that's a bonus, right? If we win a trophy, that's even a more bonus. And look what happened. Like, the Premier League came out with the nomination for the coach award, and he was not even on it. It's absolute bullshit. We won the Carabao Cup. We're in the top 4. He's absolutely transformed the way we played.
One win against the top 10 though. One win against the top 10 though. I don't know.
I knew you would say rough. Let me get my pit bull in here. Wolf, come here. No, that's good, Bance. Absolutely. You got a point, but still, you got to look at from a mental agility and transformation within the squad. And one thing that I had a debate on and discussion with back then with Egal as well, but to say to him, like, look, you know what? This is just a testament to prove that you stick with the manager, you stick with the plan. This is like his 3rd or 4th season, right? You got a young squad, and you're not as deep as City in terms of quality as of yet, right? So typically what we're seeing with City right now, they always come very, very slow. They're creeping from behind when everyone's getting fatigued. This is typical
They know when to peak. They know when to peak.
They always peak at the end, right? Like a crescendo, and now they're looking very, very sharp, typically what we look before Christmas. This is City right now. And that Real Madrid semi-final second leg, oh my God, what a display, right?
Stunning.
Jarvis, you must be proud since we're talking about Erling Haaland, Norway.
Yeah.
What are people saying about Erling, the Earl?
Norway, we're crazy about Haaland and Ødegaard. When Ødegaard played in Real Madrid when he was 16, they were televising the Real Madrid B team when Ødegaard played. It's crazy. And the same with Haaland when he played in Dortmund. They were televising all the games. So I really fell in love with Sancho at that time. But what happened to him.
Hey, we did a show with Sancho the other day, didn't we?
Yeah.
What should we do with the broken Sancho?
Yeah, what should we do? Let's
see.
It's
all mental agility at the end of the day. This is what I'm saying. In sports management, clubs, they don't take care of players; they take care of team. So it is your, sports management, the intermediates and everyone that has to be the role figure for the player to tell them, listen, don't socialize with these players, don't do this, focus on your career. At the end of the day, mental health is a serious issue. Everyone that's gone through it knows that, if your mind is not there, your body will not follow. Simple as that. And this is what we came to terms with Jadon Sancho is that he has it rough. Basically, he came under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He didn't get picked. The price tag was high. Then Ole got fired. Then Ragnick came in. Then tenhag. So yeah, and plus under circumstances behind the scenes, like in deaths in the family and within the friendship area. So yeah, knock knock.
Who's there?
Woohoo, Mo.
What's going on, people?
What's going
What do you
on?
got, Mo?
We said you're late because you stretched the hamstring, like. So anyway, we got to do a celebration now. Mo is in the house as a debutant. We're gonna play this video. Be ready. Welcome, Mo, debutant to Mufc Realist TV. How is your day? How is your Friday, sir?
It's good. Not bad. Hot here in Texas, but it's all right.
Oh yeah, you in Texas?
Very
In
hot.
Austin or?
No, in Houston. It's
Houston.
37 degrees. So.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Hey Mo, like
Is it only me or Mick? Mick is frozen.
No.
Mick is he freezes all the time.
Okay.
Wow.
He's happy. Look at him smiling.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Am
smiling.
I frozen?
Yeah.
Am
Yeah.
I? Oh,
Yeah.
crappers. That's let it go, don't go. Here I am. I'm frozen.
What
Am I
are
still
what are you
frozen?
guys talking about?
Colleen, fill him in, please.
Well, we just had a little brief overview around City against Real Madrid, and we were literally just talking about, coincidentally, the nice the Norwegian duo that we have in the Prem of Haaland and Ødegaard, and we're just touching upon Sancho ever so briefly as we were discussing Erik ten Hag not being shortlisted for the manager of the season, or manager of the year, rather.
Yeah, I didn't understand why he was not chosen. I think it's a dig at Man United. I actually think 100%. Because if you look at Marco Silva, at the end, Marco Silva is like 10th now in the league, or I think it's 9th. And I don't think it's an achievement that much other than, yes, you won some games, but Erik ten Hag, with the squad he has, achieving top 4, I think, for Man United wasn't the main target. And now he's achieving it, right? If he wins one more game, I think they're in. So I don't know why. I thought it was kind of a weird situation, to be honest, why he wasn't chosen.
Yeah. Am I still frozen? Am I still?
You're
moving?
No, you're moving
moving
now.
You're moving now.
You're moving now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and you've just stopped like this. You've just frozen like.
Oh God, I'm having some serious issues. But at least you can hear my voice. That's. But I'm not the one that's supposed to be in focus here. You are my guests, and the most important people here is not us. We are the players on the field, but the most important people are the people in the chat room or the VAR room. I call them video assistant referees. Jarvis, is there any positive comments? I see them coming around. Just go to the VR room to say welcome Mo, welcome Colleen. Welcome, John Sinclair. Welcome, everyone. Big up for all of you, for the community. I'm just going to break it down what we're going to do. Mo, you're going to be representing City today because I couldn't find any City fans. So, yeah.
I don't represent any club. I will be as neutral as I can be.
Yes. Okay, you can be the referee as well. All right?
Yeah.
Good.
Mafi mushkili. Let's do this. Jarvis, want to big up anyone in the comments? Is any chats coming in?
Yeah, we have a lot here. There's a lot of
let's
lot
go
of comments.
while I'm prepping the scene.
John Johnson says you always freeze, so it's nothing new.
I live in Sweden. Of course I freeze.
Yes, a lot of big up to all of the panels and the guests, but a lot of big up Jarvis here. I don't know why. So no, it's nothing yet, but let's move on.
Fantastic, guys. Listen, we had a good breakdown of the season so far, but if you had a time machine, is there anything differently that you would have done, Colleen?
Different I would have done?
No, I mean an advice that you can say to Arteta.
Listen, Arteta is way more intelligent than I, for sure. I think that, if I could say to him, listen, you're going to be in a great position to win our 14th league title, I would have just said, just I would have probably pulled the group together a little bit, because I think for me, it's a little bit of a mentality, which sounds so strange to say because we were phenomenal for 3/4 of the season. But when the pressure got really going, and I'm not talking about the City games, I'm talking about, West Ham away, Southampton at home, going 3-1 down. These things cannot happen if you're going to go into a, challenge for a title, if you're going to go into the Champions League. And I think I would have just said to him, listen, there's certain players that you probably need to test them a little bit more under pressure and just kind of see which ones can you really rely on. And that's not a dig at them, because, I'm not in the change room. I don't know what's going through their heads, because you can lose to City, but drawing at home to Southampton 3-3 in the manner that we did, losing a 2-0 lead against West Ham, when, you only probably need a win and a draw to really get that distance between you and City to allow a loss or two. But other than that, listen, it is what it is. You're doing a great job, and these kind of moments, as we saw last season, have obviously built onto the squad. So, yeah, not much I can say to Arteta, I can promise you that. But if I had to be ultra critical.
Perfect. Let's make a movie out of it, Colleen. Let's sell the script to Hollywood.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's football. It's football at the end of the day. John Sinclair.
Yo.
If I were giving you a time machine, would you and travel back and change anything, what would you tell Eddie Howe what to do?
There's not a lot I can tell Eddie Howe what to do, because he's done a fantastic job at Newcastle United. I mean, when he first came to us, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I think, okay, cool, it's the owner's decision. I got to back the owners, sort of, and the new owners. I've always said I'll give them 2 or 3 years to get it right. And at the minute, they've done fantastic. I mean, Eddie Howe's come in, right? He saw the squad, needed to sort it out, right? He got in a few players coming in January because he knew something wasn't quite right. So he got in Kieran Trippier for experience, which I think is fantastic. Goes to get Dan Burton for as defender, can also play left back as well, which is fantastic. Then goes and buy Bruno Guimaraes, who we beat Arsenal for a signature, by the way. I believe also tried to get him for a year, and we got him straight away. And
what a fantastic player!
What a fantastic player this guy is!
He weren't that great against Arsenal at home a couple of weeks ago, but we'll move on. We'll move on.
Well,
move on.
It's true, but he's playing with an ankle injury. He's playing with an ankle injury at the minute, like, if you know what I mean. But saying that, he has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, for me, if he came to Arsenal, he never will do, right? I'd take out Jorginho, by the way, because I tell you what, Bruno is that guy, right? He can do about 5 or 6 things in the game, right? And he can make a difference. If we take Bruno out of Newcastle, then we're going to struggle without him. However, he's had a fantastic season. Also, Joe Linton. Eddie Howe's changed Joe Linton's career.
Yeah.
From one of the worst signers in history into a top baller as a midfielder.
We're going to look at Joe Linton later on as well, so bear with me. Jarvis, Coocker, listen, mate. Same thing applies to you from a Manchester United perspective. You know, if Tesla came back from his grave, invented a time machine, gave it to you, gave you one option: go back and speak to Erik ten Hag in time. What would you have done? Whatever you said to Ten Hag, what to do differently?
Oh, that's a difficult question, actually. But don't overplay players. Be careful with going for all tournaments. He should have probably dropped the Europa League, because it can cost us top 4 in the end. But that's a tough question, Ten Hag. To be honest, I'm really impressed by him. I think he have done a lot of good things for us this season. He's been trying to implement this style, but it's not easy when you play a game every 3rd or 4th day. So it's very tough. But and we don't have the squad depth in United at the moment to play so many games and so many tournaments. So. Maybe he should just have hold back a little bit.
I
But
agree.
what do you say? What do you say? How can De Zerbi and Unai Emery do it in a shorter time with a worse squad, but Ten Hag cannot implement his ideas with actually a better squad?
Yeah, it's a good question, Mo. But what I'm thinking about it, it's about time to drill, because you know, if you have one game a week, you have time to drill on the training field. But when you have a game every third day, you don't have time. It's just
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
it's just jumping into the hot tub and taking the ice bath and relaxing and have some formation training one day, and you go again. So it's never time. But you could see it in the first. Let's see, the first 2 or 3 months before all the games started, we were going somewhere. But at the moment, I think we struggle because we have De Gea. He can't play out from the back, and that's a big problem.
Yeah.
I think I actually know the answer to this question. In my opinion,
Okay,
is
Mo,
that,
go ahead.
to be honest, the difference is the pressure on the two coaches. Erik Ten Hag is thinking about every point. De Zerbi isn't. And he wasn't. He was never worried about every point. Like De Zerbi, when he won against Everton, even when he was 3-1 up, he didn't change the way he plays football. Yesterday, when he went 2-0 down, he didn't go defensively. He just kept
Yeah,
going.
true.
That's the difference. Erik Ten Hag, because of the pressure of Man United and because of what is expected from him, he had to change the way he play outside of Old Trafford. And that's why we see the difference between a team that plays in Old Trafford, which is very good football, playing outside of Old Trafford. You're defensive. You're worried about losing the ball. You're worried about conceding goals. But Unai Emery, De Zerbi, Marco Silva, they didn't care. They just wanted to play as good football as they can. And I think that's the difference. And I think it comes from the board. They put a lot of pressure on Erik Ten Hag, especially giving him 200 million before the season started. And they're saying, now you'll have to at least get us top four. I know that was not public, but I'm sure that was in the back of his head. I need to get points. I'll need to be in the top four place. And that made him worry.
Interesting. But Mo, if I ask you a question as a neutral, Judge Mo, right? Having to look at everyone's story here, Colleen, John Sinclair, and Jarvis, like, you know, as a neutral, who do you think had a better season than?
Eddie Howe, if Pep Guardiola doesn't win the treble, Eddie Howe has done a fantastic job with. The reason why I say that, Arteta did a absolutely an out of this world job with 11 players, which is unacceptable if you're coaching a club like Arsenal Football Club. You're given a squad, you've had 3.5 years, even the player like Rob Holding, you've had 3.5 years with this guy, at least mold him to at least fill in for a couple of games for one of the center backs, but he couldn't. Everybody at Arsenal Football Club, when they lost Saliba, completely changed the way they played football, and that's down to the coach, to be honest. And I blame Arteta for all what happened. It's not. I disagree with Colleen. It's not mentality. It's the coach not able to implement his ideas outside of the starting 11, along with Trossard when he came into the picture. But everybody else, even Zinchenko, when he wasn't in the squad, they changed the way they play because he couldn't train Turney with 3.5 years with this guy or 3 years with this guy to at least play a close to Zinchenko football, which is something that is very strange to me. That's what I see.
No, I half agree with you though. I do half agree with you, but another half not so much, because I agree. Like, you should be able to. It's back. It reminds me of when we had Lacazette in our squads towards the end of his tenure, and I was like, we need to play to his strengths. He's not the player that he was in the system that we're now currently playing. If he's not going to score us goals, there's no point in him being in the team. Or if you're not going to be able to be a good defender, there's no point being in the team. So if Rob Holding or whoever can't play the way we're playing, we're going to have to adapt, and that's purely because at this point, you didn't trust Kivior, which we've now seen. He probably should have trusted a little bit earlier, but, you know, he has his reasonings. Rob Holding's an experienced centre-back. But irrespective of, you know...
the mentality thing. So you said something about the mentality, Colleen, and I'm like,
yeah,
looking at the mentality, you're talking about pressure on the players?
So this is in certain moments. And because it's not like it's one instance, there's been a couple in that run-in. So I'll give you an example. When we're at home to Southampton and the pressure's got to Aaron Ramsdale a little bit, makes this mistake, we concede a goal. We're 3-1. We end up being 3-1 down. A couple of times with West Ham, we're 2-0 up away from home. very, very poor. Thomas Partey just tries a stupid little kind of a trick on the edge of the box. They get the ball and da-da-da-da. So maybe it's maybe not mentality in that kind of sense, but complacency to a degree. Even if we lose, Saliba, and Arsenal's play has changed without him 100%. We play like when Rob Holding's in the team, we're not as far up the pitch. We're not building up as we used to because Rob Holding simply can't do that. However, we should, irrespective if it's Rob Holding coming in or we tweak the way we play to accommodate, there is no excuse for dropping a 2-0 lead away from home to West Ham. There's no excuse from, going 3-1 down at home at the Emirates to 20th placed Southampton.
Do you blame the fans, though?
No, I don't blame the fans. No, I think the Emirates and away from home have been amazing. And I don't
because you mentioned complacency, and I'm saying that these players in this day and age, they check the social media. And a lot of Arsenal fans said we already won the league in January and February. But the job wasn't done. But I saw players celebrating as like, what is this? The job is not done.
No, I agree with you to an extent. Like the thing is, I have no problems with celebrating because if that's the job that you did, okay.
Over celebrating.
No. But you have to continually back that up, and that's where you've got to come through as a player and realize it's like when you say you play the game, not the occasion. You celebrate the game, not the wider season. You don't let your eyes get too far ahead. And especially with the likes of Ramsdale, for example, just going to use this as an example, he's just signed a new deal with us. And I don't know how many of you are in the Arsenal universe a little bit, but he's done a lot of interviews this season. And don't get me wrong, I think I like Ramsdale. He's come on leaps and bounds from the player who we first got in. A lot of quality there, a bit raw, rough, but you can see the qualities there. But when you speak to him when you've seen some of his interviews, some of the mentality that he has is almost like just happy to be there, happy to be, to be where we are. Not that kind of Arsenal that we know in the elite level club. If you take Arsenal of 20 years ago, where it's like, yeah, we're going to celebrate today, but tomorrow that win's over because we've not walked away with a trophy. And that's the difference. You can celebrate, you can enjoy that, but until you can be like, okay, won that game, next game, we got to focus, lock in. It's those small margins when you're at the top, and we're not quite got that yet.
You mentioned something, if I may say so. I mean, in today's modern football, players are getting astronomical wages, right? If I go back to when I started watching and when I started playing, right? So it's more like, yeah, I don't care. Like I get paid 200K a week, 250. If I win, lose, draw, who cares? I still get my salary, right? I see that, like, the winning mentality of being there to fighting. Some people are just happy, like, fat and happy sitting in Manchester United, not really playing for the badge, just playing for the salary and their own social media reputation, right? This is one of the problems that I see as well with social media and social media fame. We had one player, Jesse Lingard. He was more famous on Instagram than actually on the pitch. You know what I mean? The only thing that he did was moonwalk on Emirates.
But I don't think the Arsenal players, Mick, were thinking like this. And I'm just going to say one thing. Arsenal TV, these people, they infiltrated Arsenal Football Club. Like we see them with the hierarchy, right? So that means the players and the club is exposed to what the content they have. And we have seen it. They do interviews with the players. So that means these players know what these people say. And these people have been telling us, we won the league since January. Yeah. So the players
so are players at Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City. You've got to develop, that mentality where you can enjoy the moment.
I'm not blaming the fans by themselves, but I'm saying that there was no accountability. I thought that the players were celebrated too much by the fans. That's what I think.
Well, it's easy because now we can see we're not going to win.
Too big enough,
Look at Newcastle. Newcastle took a dip when people started saying, oh, you're playing out of your skin. Oh, Bruno Guimaraes is player of the season. Joe Linton's amazing. And then everybody started looking at them like, you're really not putting the same effort now. You're not tracking back as much.
Yeah.
You are not sweating on the pitch.
The thing is, though, right?
Go ahead.
So the thing is at Newcastle, right? You've got to have that work ethic. Eddie Howe plays a style of player, a pressing game, and you got to be on it for the full 90 minutes, yeah. And he'll know he's not performing and he's not doing it enough. Do you know what I meam? But we got teams throughout the football club. We got no big time charges at the club. We got no prima donnas at the club. All we got now, right? We just got a team right, that plays football, enjoy it, win, lose, or draw. And that's the thing. This
You're
is
having
why
fun. You're having fun. That's it.
We are. And you know why we're having fun? Because we got leaders in the team. Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, right? Leslie's watching it, by the way, as well. Bruno Guimaraes, he's a leadership. Yeah, he's a leader, right? And you've got players that he's got to work for Newcastle every single week because they love the football club. And this is why we're in third for that reason. And we got our supporters have been absolutely fantastic for us this season, guys. You know, we get behind the side. We don't be negative if we can help it. You know what I mean? But the players that stepped up, and there's lots of players being improved on it anyhow. Do you know what I mean? We got fantastic team spirit. This is why I know you got to go on. Well, I don't want Neymar at the football club because you know why? Because he's on 700k a week, and that will upset the dressing room. Simple as that.
Wicked. Well, thanks everyone. It's been like, you know, it's always interesting to talk football. Like I love football. You know, I love Premier League, but the little chance that I do, I watch some continental football as well. So I just want to big up everyone that's been in the panel here as well. I have not been monitoring the chat. It's been, you know, Jarvis's corner over there. But in a way, like I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to speak to, you know, top four, you know, equally colleagues like in the industry, like John. You know, big up to you. Everyone that hasn't been on John Sinclair's TV, brilliant show. Go follow. John, where can they find you, sir?
Okay, thanks for having us on. And I do lots of content, so you can find us, I can see on the top, John Sinclair 50, John _ NEFC 42 on Twitter, John Sinclair TV on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and also on TikTok as well. And I do watch-alongs, I do previews, reviews, transfer updates, I do shorts as well. So check us out. I'm 35 away from 5K. So please help us out.
35 away from 5K. And Colleen.
Hello.
Hello. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Buenas noches here, yes.
¿Qué tal?
Well, it was bien until I came on here and having to fight for my life to get.
But you got it. Look, we didn't get any player on it. You got
That's
it.
True. That's true. A lot of
Colleen, you won the champions rant as well. I think you the quiz. So big up to you. You're the winner today.
Yeah, to be fair, it's actually been all right overall. To be fair,
I hope you enjoyed yourself, Colleen. So
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun tonight.
A lot of fun. That's what we do here. We have fun. We have therapy sessions. We have win, lose, draw. And we're always here to pick up the mess. And, you know, we turn into negatives into positives on this channel. Even if we lose, right, Jarvis, we always have fun, right? So
yes, we have always.
So, Colleen, where can people find you unless they're not stalking you on the socials?
My socials across everything is Colleen Shea, but for football content, I will always be on the Terrace football channel and Latte Firm, and on the weekends, Saturday mornings, I am on radio on the Beat London. So you have a few options there.
Ooh, so tune into that. Of course, we've seen you were on yesterday with Terry in the top six. Yeah, big up. Watch the show, big content, and. Jarvis, Bowley 77. It's not Toad Bowley, I promise you.
No,
I give you still the honor.
Yeah.
If they want to find Jarvis, they can travel all the way to Tromsø, Norway, northern part of
Norway.
See, it's still light.
Still light outside. So it's good. It's good.
Never
you can find me on Twitter. My name is Bola77, and you can find me on this channel, and you can find me with Nuruddin on the Therapy Army.
Yes, and we're going there soon to Nuruddin's channel, Mr. Structure's channel. Wicked. Listen, guys, Jarvis, I'm sorry, I haven't not checked the comments. There's probably been a lot of people chatting. Big up for all of you. You know, at the end of the day, you as a viewers make the content better because it's your contribution. I know it's Friday. It's late. I hope you've been entertained. It's been an hour and a half. I don't feel like it's been an hour and a half. Hour and 40 minutes, actually. Hour and 50 almost marathon. So big up to all of you. Thank you so much, Colleen, for coming on. Thank you, John Sinclair, for coming on. And
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I wish you all the best for Arsenal on the weekend for your prediction. John, I hope you also make top 4.
Thank you.
Barring
very
that you
much.
wish me the same.
Yeah, hope you make the top 4 too.
Okay, I have.
Right,
Should we make a bet? Who will finish 3rd and 4th? Out of United and
I think you go either way. I think we'll do it just.
3rd or 4th?
Just. 3rd, but I'll be happy with 4th.
Yeah, Colleen.
3rd Newcastle, 4th Liverpool.
I don't like him anymore. I don't like that. Cocky, save us. Please save us, sir.
Okay. Yeah, we are getting 4th, to be fair, because Newcastle look good and we don't. But I think we will just drag ourselves over the line and get the 4th and get the Champions League, and we will beat City in the final and do a double cup run this season. So we will be back.
Let's hear from Erik ten Hag. Hang on a second.
I need you to promise me that you'll be on your best behavior.
I promised other people that I'd be on my worst behavior. And I gave my word, so
Don't make me fire you.
you can't fire me. You're acting manager, not office manager, so you have no firing powers.
Don't make me pre-fire you.
You wouldn't dare.
Watch this. You're pre-fired. And when I'm promoted, you'll be full fired.
If you get promoted. And if you haven't fallen in love with me by then.
What?
Guys,
Brilliant.
love and like. Hopefully we get new ownership soon, and so Erik ten Hag can get his preferred choice targets as well. And I know we don't have an agenda, Harry Maguire, but it's time to go. What we say, loving this positivity. Thank you all of you for in this chat. We are here for footballing reasons and therapy and bands and fans. So everyone, big up for all of you for coming on. Thank you, Colleen. It's time to go out party. You know, put on your makeup on, like, you know, I'm in the corner. Whoa. No, personally, I'm gonna go and take my dog out for a walk and go for a fluffy walk, I think. But listen, catch you guys soon. Go check out all the channels, follow all the socials, and pleasure. Speak to you guys soon. Enjoy your day, and let's do it like Rashford. Bye for now.
Take
Peace.
care, man. Cheers to the
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.